Now that you're here once more in this video, it looks like you're really invested in hearing more about Warren Buffett's opinions about Bitcoin. Well then, we won't make you wait too much. And so, this is The Financial Bridge, and we will be once again talking about Warren Buffett's thoughts regarding Bitcoin. If you are someone who is just getting started in cryptocurrency, well, this video is the right one for you. But before we go on, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to stay updated for more of our personal investment and financing content. But other than that, let's get started. Previously, Warren Buffett mentioned that it is indeed a bubble. He added that if you consider that any time you spend money on an inert item, you are betting that someone else will do the same in the future. For the simple reason that they believe they can make a profit by selling it to another party. This is a tactic that has been tried before with tulips and other commodities. And it always ends badly. Raw land is something he has a hard time picturing, and we imagine you do as well. It's been estimated that $15 million was spent on 800,000 acres in Louisiana. The land on which you are currently seated was acquired as part of the Louisiana Purchase. At that time, it cost $20 per square mile. There are 640 acres in a square mile, but is today worth only $3. This indicates that the purchase was a bargain, and what was then a useless piece of real estate, albeit that's not always the case. Getting stamps is a major hassle. Bill Gross got everything he wanted, including a fantastic stamp collection, which he later sold for a profit. However, the future value of such investment is contingent on the hopes of its future purchasers. In the end, wealth is created through productive assets. You buy a farm with the expectation that it will yield a certain amount of money over time. You base this expectation on your best guesses about the amount of money that can be made from farming the land, the cost of paying a farmer to cultivate it for you, and your tax liability. When you buy anything with the expectation that you will find it priced higher the next day, you have made an investment. You need more people to enter it than leave it. And if you do, it will feed on itself for a while, sometimes for a long while, and sometimes do extraordinary numbers. However, all good things must come to an end. And the same is true for cryptocurrencies. Aside from the fact that no value is being created by the asset itself, there is also the problem that it attracts a lot of charlatans and such who will try to take advantage of the situation. In other words, it's something that low-quality people take advantage of since they see their neighbors getting rich by purchasing goods and services they don't fully comprehend and are therefore easy targets. And we think that professional traders who get into trading cryptocurrencies are just horrible. It's like somebody else is trading turds and you decide you can't be left out to the point that this brought. It's just dementia, and it's going to end badly. If we are talking about cryptocurrencies in general, we can now state very certainly that they will meet a tragic end. We don't know when or how or anything else, but we do know that if we could purchase long-term puts, if we could buy a 5-year put on each cryptocurrency, we would gladly do it, but we would never be short of dime's worth. Have you considered using futures trading to take a bearish stance on Bitcoin? Your answer must be no, since you would never do it. If we have even a passing familiarity with the topic, there's no need for us to take a long or short position on it. We don't need to understand cocoa beans or cryptocurrencies. Instead, we can narrow our attention to the 8 or 10 stocks of companies whose operations we find sound. However, we do believe that the current state of affairs will have a disastrous conclusion. Well, yes, it would be much more intriguing to the audience if we were going to issue a whole series of cryptocurrencies tomorrow. But, alas, we are not. And neither do we own any, nor are we short any, nor do we want to ever take a position in cryptocurrencies. For those who may not know, the meal you just ate was paid for by the proceeds of the most recent fundraisers for the Glide Foundation, which was organized by Justin Sun. As he is heavily invested in Bitcoin, his public relations team issued a statement after the aforementioned meeting suggesting that, having seen him speak, you may be more open to the concept of cryptocurrency in general. Cryptocurrencies basically have no value and don't generate anything. Your little ledger item will say X of this cryptocurrency for the next 20 years. But it won't reproduce, it won't deliver it, it won't be able to mail you a check, it won't be able to do anything, and all you can do is hope that someone else will pay you more money for it in the future. But then, they'll have the same problem you did in terms of value. You know, zero. So it sounds like you did not change your position. But Justin gave 4.6 million to Glide, and that will buy a lot of meals and provide a lot of beds for people in San Francisco. In such case, we appreciate it and thank him. Well, he did just hand Warren Buffett a few bitcoins. On the other hand, the interesting thing, of course, is that Bitcoin has been around for a while, and people have talked about how it will be used. The arrival of Bitcoin has paved the way for the illicit transfer of large sums of money, and as a result, the need for the suitcases, the traditional means of transporting large sums of money from one country to another, is likely to decline. Now, as for you, we are wondering, what are your thoughts so far about Bitcoin? Indeed, it is quite clever, and the blockchain is useful, but it has no intrinsic worth. It's a delusion because it doesn't produce anything. You can stare at it all day and not see any tiny bitcoins or anything like that emerge. From rat poison squared to an illusion. It was a very clever idea to figure out how to have a limited supply and make it harder to more expensive to create them as you went along, and all that sort of thing. And who knows where we'll be this time next year. But we are really sorry it happens, because people get their hopes up that something like that is going to change their lives. But all in all, that ends our video for today. We thank you so much for taking the time in watching this video. And if you like this one, please give us a thumbs up, and might as well click the subscribe and bell button. If you also have any thoughts and opinions to share, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and we'd be more than glad to join in the discussion. But other than that, this is The Financial Bridge. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on our next video.